Yo, what is up guys, your boy Styles here, bringing you guys a video about my Lunalight deck profile for Post Sisters of the Roses with the new addition of the Yellow Martin, the Emerald Bird, and the Dance card. This deck is very strong. There's multiple different versions that you can play, and this is the version that I'm going to be showing. It's the Going Second Raw Leo Dancer OTK strategy, and yeah, that's what I'm used to because I've been playing this deck for too long, just too long. So let's get started with the deck profile. We play 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. It's obviously for hand traps. You're going second because you don't want to get like locked out of your plays with like Rongo or something like that, and you can stop stuff like Engage and other stuff like that. So it's just really good. Then we play 1 Zephyros the Elite. This is for the 2-card combo, which is Collateral Chick and Perfume. You do need an extra card for the combo, but it doesn't have to be as specific as, you know, Collateral Chick and Perfume. All you need is these two and then 1 random card, and you have the 2-card combo that will end on the Curious and the Leo Dancer, which is most likely an OTK, and then you have extra cards in your hand, so you probably have the OTK already with this card. But Zephyros the Elite can bounce back cards like your Tenki, and your Wolf, and your Tiger, which will ultimately lead to more shenanigans, more plays, and Zephyros the Elite is just a very good card in this deck. It is also a level 4, so you can go into rank 4 plays, and it's a dark, so you can go into your Curious, so that is really strong. Then we play 3 Dino Rustler Pinkertops. This card is very strong, being able to summon it on the field as a 2600 body, and just popping any card on the field is just very good in today's meta. Getting that OTK off is just very important, and Pinkertops helps with that. Then we play 2 Black Sheep just to get to our fusion substitute. We're not going to be fusing that much in this deck. It's just to get a Lunalight in the graveyard for your Wolf. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And it's for Link Fodder because you could send it to the graveyard, then revive it with Perfume, and then do all the shenanigans with that. But yeah, Fusion Substitute is really good to search off of this because you get a draw when it's in the graveyard. You can send it to the graveyard with the Dance or the Perfume, so that is really strong. And you can also fuse. I don't really fuse that often in this deck unless it's with Wolf. But yeah, you could fuse for Cat Dancer, Panther Dancer, or maybe even Leo Dancer if you have 3 monsters on the field. So that is really strong. Then we play 1 Emerald Bird because this card is very strong. The reason why I don't play 3 is because there's a better normal summon in this deck, and I'll get to that in a bit. But when it's normal or special summon, you can send 1 Lunalight card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, draw 1 card. So you can send a Dance, or you can send any of the other Lunalight cards besides Perfume, because it's not technically a Lunalight card. So not Serena Dance, but Emerald Bird is just very strong for that. But there's better normal summons in this deck, or one specific one that's just way better, so you don't really need to play 3. And then when this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target 1 level 4 or lower Lunalight monster that is banished on your graveyard except itself, and special summon it. It's a very good card for just extending play. So Emerald Bird is really good. It's also level 4 as well. You can go into rank 4 plays, as I said before, with like, you know, Zephyros the Elite and all the other cards that are level 4. Lunalight Collateral Chick, this is the best card in your deck. You're going to be sending your Panther Dancer, your Cat Dancer, you're going to be sending Martin, you're going to be sending Emerald Bird, you could send Black Sheep if you want, you could send like Wolf if you need it to add back with Sheep. So Collateral Chick is just very strong. Its last effect is really strong as well. When it's banished, you can stop your opponent from activating any battle phase effects. So basically, you're safe once you go to battle phase. Your OTK is going off. The second effect is not really that important because you're not going to be fusing with Poly or Substitute that often, but it does come up sometimes. Then we play 2 Tigers. Tiger is very searchable in this deck with Tenki and your Perfume, and you can also draw it. And then you have Goods to search everything else. Like, Tiger is very searchable. You don't need 3 of, it's way too cloggy, but 2 Tigers is really strong because you can bounce it back with Martin, Zephyros the Elite, and being able to revive a Lunalight from your graveyard is very strong. And people try to destroy this card. They think, oh, if I destroy this card, they can't reborn anything. But they forget that when this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you get to special summon a Lunalight from your graveyard. So this card is just very strong, especially for people who don't know what this effect does. So they try to destroy it with anything, like I'd say like a Prankotops or something like that. Tiger is just very, very strong. Summoning a monster from the graveyard, a monster reborn, is just very, very strong in a deck like this. Lunalight Wolf is a very strong card, being able to fusion summon Leo Dancer without having to use so many materials. You just use your graveyard, fusion, and it's just OTK with Leo Dancer on board. So Wolf is very, very good. You don't need 3. I think 1 is a little too less with the Pot of Desires in this build, so Wolf is very, very strong. 2 Yellow Martin, because you're going to be sending it with Clado Check 9 times out of 10, so you're going to have it in your graveyard already set up for when you want to use the effect to bounce back your Tiger, or maybe even your Wolf if you want to reuse Wolf and then fusion summon it again. So Yellow Martin is really, really good, and when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you get to add 1 Lunalight spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. I do not play the Lunalight fusion, and the reason why is this is not really like fuse with your hand and all that type of stuff. It's mainly just Wolf, fuse from your graveyard, don't have to use any resources, and just OTK. You just use all of your graveyard resources, not really your hand or your field, because you don't want to use resources that much. You want it to have like extra cards to combo off, or you want to have cards like Twin Twister or Hand Traps or the Pranker Tops to get rid of cards. You don't really want stuff like Lunalight Fusion that depends on you having stuff in your hand and on field. You just want to have independent cards. So that is why I do not play the Lunalight Fusion. Then we play 3 Tenki, obviously a Beast Warrior deck. 1 Forest Burial, just to send your Yellow Martin or your Emerald Bird so they can get their effects. Then we play 3 Fool's Barrel Goods, because you can send either your Dance or your Perfume, which is actually really, really good. You can send Substitute sometimes if you already dig through like 3 Perfumes and Serene Dance. So it comes up sometimes, but just not all the time. Then we play 3 Perfume, obviously one of the best cards in this deck, if not the best card, besides the Collateral Check, because this card, it's a monster reborn, it's a searcher, it just does everything. It's one of the best Lunalight cards in this deck, so pretty good. Then we play 3 Pot of Desires, obviously to draw 2 cards. You want to have extra cards in your hand, so yeah, OTKing is really, really strong when you have an extra card in your hand. Then we play 3 Twin Twisters. You don't want to lose the back row. There's so many times where this deck just loses the floodgates. It loses to Goes In or Rivalry sometimes. Just randomly just loses, or like Secret Village or any of these other like really strong and powerful floodgates, or any powerful trap cards or any trap decks, or like Widow Anchor and stuff like that. You don't want to lose to those decks, so you have to play Twin Twisters. Even though there's a lot of combo decks like Go Keys and Dark Warrior, you still want to play Twin Twisters because this card is just very, very powerful for those back row decks. And back row decks are way more popular than the, Go Key combo decks. Then we play 3 Infinite Impermanence, one of the best hand traps in the game. You really have to play this card. And then the 1 Dance, because you could send it off of Foolish Barrier Goods. You're not going to be really using the first effect, it's usually the Banish effect. Then for the extra deck, we play 1 Cat Dancer. Not going to go into it, just to send off of your Clado Check if you already have a Panther Dancer engraved. 2 Leo Dancers. You can make 2. Honestly, you only really need 1, but 2 is just a flex play, not going to lie. And sometimes in the late games, if they grind you out and you're in a top deck situation, having that second Leo Dancer is just really good. Then we play the 2 Pattern Dancers, is just really good. You can fusion summon into it, because a lot of people just go to the Leo Dancer and think that's like the correct play, but sometimes the correct play is Panther Dancer, because you can do so much damage, because this monster can attack every monster twice. So you're going to be doing a bunch of damage. I was thinking about putting Cat Dancer in here, or not Cat Dancer, Blue Cat, because it makes Panther Dancer way better. But it's not a combo card. You really want to have combo cards so you can, get out your Leo Dancer. You don't want to not get out your Leo Dancer. So I tried to cut out all the bricks, like the Lunalight Fusion, the Blue Cat, the White Rabbit, because you don't really have that many normal summons that you want to have over like Collateral Check. And there's just a lot of other cards that I had to cut in the Lunalight archetype. So 2 Panther Dancer, really good. 1 Abyss Dweller, this is just for your Burning Abyss or any other deck that relies on graveyard effects. 1 Evil Storm Nightmare, really strong. I'm thinking about Baguska, but I think Nightmare is just better for stuff like Thunder Dragons, the Dark Warrior decks. And it's not that good against Sky Strikers, but then again, you could just use Twin Twisters to beat that deck and like Ash and stuff like that. Really, really good. Then we play the Raid Raptor Force Trick. This is for the 2-card combo with the Chick and the Perfume. If you haven't seen that already, I'll link it in the description or I'll have it in the comment section. But the Force Trick combo is just really, really good in this deck. Then we play Boral Load and Bowl Sword Dragon. These are the OTK cards. You really need to play these cards because they're very, very important for going second. They just make OTKs a lot easier and they out a lot of cards. So Bowl Sword, Bowl Load are just really, really important. They're not that important, but sometimes they do come up. Usually Leo Dancer will make the job, it just do the job better, but sometimes Bowl Load, Bowl Sword is just really good. Curious for the 2-card combo, as I said as well. It's just a really easy card to get out in this deck with the Zephyros the Elite and the Force Tricks. So Curious, just a really strong card. It gives you 2 arrows. It's a really strong card. And when it leaves the field, you get to add 1 card from your graveyard to your hand. So this card is just, it has too much in it for you to not play it. Then we play the Dharma Doll because you can destroy Tenki, you can destroy Tiger to use this effect to pop a Spell and Trap card on the field. And then it gains 100 to attack for each Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster on the field. So this card is just really, really good. Then we play 1 Phoenix just to give her the back row, Unicorn to spin a card, and then the 1 Underclock Taker for OTKs with Leo Dancer. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this deck profile. God, can't even talk. But I wanted to give you guys a different strategy besides the, go first, as a thought, make a bunch of negates with this deck that have been seen in the OCG with the Raid Raptor link and all that stuff. I just wanted to give you a raw OTK, some of the big monster like Leo Dancer and just OTK your opponent. I do have a side deck as well. You could kind of see Lance is pretty much for Thunder Dragons because that deck is just hard to beat in this deck because you have a lot of search cards like your Perfume and like Tenki and stuff like that. And if you don't get to your combo cards, you cannot win. And then Gamma Cell is obviously for Sky Strikers and Thunder Dragons, so you can get rid of the Colossus. Then we have, Bell, Mind Control, and the Red Reboots just for trap decks. You could play Super Polymerization, but then again, it just does not do it. It's just a one of, and if it was at 3, I would play it. I would guaranteed play it for Thunder Dragons and for other matchups. But because you just don't see it that often, it's just not worth it for the 2 slots in your extra deck. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that discussion about the deck profile, and hopefully you learned something new or it helped you with deck building or something like that, because I know like Prank the Tops is like not really seen in the Lunalight deck. I know Twin Twisters is not really seen in the main, which is just really absurd. I think this card is just really, really good against the back row decks. And yeah, Lance is really good for Thunder Dragons, as I said before. Just stops the whole entire plays unless they, draw the 1 card that will stop them from not making like at least 1 Colossus. They just make 1 Colossus, you just infinite impermanence or Mind Control or Kaiju their monster and just stuff like that. So like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.